So, good day, Miss Berry. My name is Jojie-Cansico from BSVA2. So, for today, I'm going to submit my assignment in trading. So, number one is the definition of trading and differences between local and international trading. So, trading refers to the exchange of goods and services between buyers and sellers. So, it involves negotiating terms of exchange, price setting, and the transfer of ownership from sellers to buyers. So for the local trading, it is defined as the exchange of goods and services within a single country. So characteristics of this is operates under one set of laws and regulation, typically involves lower transportation costs and uses the same currency, less complex in terms of logistics and compliance. And for the international trading, it is defined as the exchange of goods and services between the different countries. So, characteristics of the international trading involves multiple sets of laws and regulations, higher transportation and logistic costs, requires currency exchange, and deals with exchange rate fluctuation. So, more complex due to trade barriers like tariffs, quotas, and customs procedures. And number two is winners and losers of local and international trading. And for the local trading is and the winner side is consumers access to variety of goods and services. And number two is local businesses can grow and expand within the domestic market. And the third is the government gains revenue through taxes. And for the loser side, it is inefficient business struggles to compete within the domestic market. So consumers may face higher prices if competition is limited. And for the international trading and the winner side, consumers access to a variety of goods and services at a competitive prices. So for inefficient businesses can expand their markets and increase profits. So for the economies overall, economic growth and increase employment opportunities. And for the lower side, inefficient businesses struggles to compete with international firms. Workers in a certain industries may lose jobs due to competition and overshoring. So economies vulnerable to economic instability due to global market fluctuations. And number three is the advantages and disadvantages of local and international trading. So for the local, the advantages of this is lower transportation costs. Goods are cheaper to move within a country, so simpler compliance, fewer legal and regulatory hurdles. So economic stability, less exposure to global economic fluctuations. So for the disadvantage of the local trading is limited market size. So growth potential is restricted by domestic demand, so less variety, so limited range of goods and services. For the advantages of international trading, so market expansion, so access to larger global markets, economies of scale, increased production and efficiency, lower cost. So consumer benefits, greater variety and lower prices of goods and services. And for the disadvantages part, complex regulations, navigating multiple legal and regulatory environments. So, higher costs, increased transportation and logistic expenses. So, economic vulnerability, exposure to global economic shifts and crisis. So, number four is what is the production possibility frontier or the PPF? So, explanation: the PPF is a curve depicting the maximum feasible quantities of two products that a country can produce with available resources and technology. So for the concepts illustrated, efficiency points on the PPF represents efficient production levels. So opportunity cost, the cost of foregoing the production of one good to produce another. So for the economic growth, shifts in the PPF can indicate growth outward shift or the decline inward shift in an economy's productive capacity. So number five is comparative advantage versus absolute advantage. So absolute advantage is defined as when a country can produce a good more efficiently using fewer resources than another country. So for example, country A can produce 10 units of wheat per hour, while country B can produce only 5 units per hour. So country A has an absolute advantage in wheat production. So in the comparative advantage, it is defined as when a country can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than another country. So for example, even country A is more efficient in producing both wheat and cloth if country B's opportunity cost for producing wheat is lower than for cloth. So country B has a comparative advantage in wheat production. So how it works, so trade benefits, countries should specialize in producing goods where they have a comparative advantage in trade for other goods, so leading to increased overall efficiency and economic welfare. So number 6 is what is the common barriers to international trading? So the first one barrier is the tariff. So tariff is taxes imposed on imported goods to make them more expensive and less competitive compared to domestic products. And number 2 barrier is the quotas, so limits on quantity of a particular good that can be imported, restricting supply and protecting domestic industries. So number 3 is subsidies. Subsidies is a government financial support to domestic industries to make their products cheaper and more competitive against imports. And number 4 barrier is import licenses. So it is requirements for importers to obtain permission from authorities before bringing goods into the country, often used to control the volume and type of imports. And the number 5 barrier is standards and regulations. So stringent product standards and safety regulation that foreign producers must meet, which can act as barriers to entries. And number 6 barrier is trade restrictions. So an exchange of domestic currency for foreign currency, for making it difficult to conduct international transactions.